My work is a concern for the planet. It comes from a concern of how we as a species are overwhelming the natural systems on the planet, and what we do to that landscape, how we transform it and bend it to our needs. I'm showing where this is occurring so people can bear witness, as I have. So I had done things like quarries. Never having seen a dimensional stone quarry in my life, I knew they had to be there because you had to remove stone a block at a time. So I was thinking of this space where these blocks are removed, but it's almost like a reverse architecture into the earth. When I went to water, one of the things that got me interested is California and water and this whole infrastructure to bring this water in. So I began showing that. And then I wanted to show also the Three Gorges Dam, creating one of the biggest reservoirs in the world. And I wanted to show a largest example of us holding back water to turn into a hydroelectric project, as well as being able to prevent flooding downriver from the Yangtze River. Everything shows the largest examples of what we are doing as humans. I came to Toronto and began a Bachelor of Arts in photography. And I had a teacher at the time. And I remember the first time he taught me how to make a great print. Finally, I got it. And he said, "Now that's a good print." At that point, I understood that part of being a great photographer was being a great printmaker. I could either be a commercial photographer, which most artists either did that, or be a teacher, or do something completely different, because being an artist wasn't going to give you a living. But I thought, well, if I open a lab, will actually make me a great printmaker. And plus, I'll have access to all the tools, all the latest technologies. As a result of being a lab owner, little did I know how hard it is to run a lab, but I was able to find enough time to make my own work while running the lab. So the lab, from the very beginning, everything was looked at the highest level of excellence. I think that one of the reasons that the lab has survived 40 years in Toronto is that people get that same level of excellence that I've developed for my own work. To be a good photographer, you have to pay attention to the print. When you stand in front of a print, you are looking at the world that you don't actually get to experience in real life, because the whole thing reveals itself as one plane of sharpness. So to me, printmaking is the ultimate experience, and then everything else, online, book, is a surrogate experience to the print. So many people experience their images through social media or on their iPhones. To me, it's empty calories. It's not sitting in front of a big print, looking at the glory of what a high-resolution camera can capture today with a good practitioner behind it and a great print. Standing in front of a 60 by 80 inch print of something that has vast scale to it is a body experience. It allows you to kind of go in and out. It allows multiple people to be enjoying that same piece at the same time. So the print size, I think, is really important to the scale of what I'm showing. So you get to really understand that those small details at a 60 by 80 inch print is 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch in scale, but you need to see that to understand the picture. I intended the viewer to see my work as a big print. I started to recognize that the quality was getting better on the Epson printers, and secondly, that the longevity was better on the Epson printers. So with the quality, the color, and longevity, I then made the jump to printing on the Epson printers. And there is a dynamic range, there's a color gamut that is broader, and as a result, I think my prints have never looked as good. The print is the thing that stops the viewer in their tracks and gets them to pay attention. Getting to the final print is a journey, and when I get to the destination, I know it's right. The print allows the viewer to experience the story that I'm trying to tell. To me, I'm still a printmaker. My name is Ed-Burtynsky, and the print is why.